On the southern tip of Africa lies the enchanting city of Cape Town. It is a beautiful metropolis surrounded by breathtaking mountains and bordered by two vast oceans. Cradled in the arms of Table Mountain, one finds the playground for the rich and affluent, and on its slopes, wealth beyond measure. But as you travel further and further from the great mountain, one begins to find areas that very few tourists have ever seen. This is the township of Phillipi. In 1860, German farmers settled here to grow vegetables for the new British Cape Colony. New Eisleben, a place named after the place of birth and death of Martin Luther, is where they thrived, until South Africa was thrown into turmoil by the apartheid government and its draconian laws. They were forced to move away, as Phillipi was designated a black area. Many thousands of people from the Eastern Cape came to occupy this land, hoping to find work and a better life in Cape Town. Unfortunately, their hopes and dreams were shattered when all they found was poverty, unemployment, and appalling living conditions. In the early 90s, a trust consisting of 3 Lutheran churches bought the old Lutheran church building and started the Lutheran Community Center to offer a place of sanctuary and a glimmer of hope to the desperate and despairing people of Phillipi. In February 2003, the challenge to create a fully fledged community center was accepted by Reverend Otto Kolstock, who has worked in South Africa on behalf of the Berlin Missionary Society since 1985. To begin with, the center needed to address the people's basic needs, so a feeding scheme was set up that offered free food 5 days a week to absolutely anybody who needs it. The center's second response to poverty is the income generating project. The Bead project was started in 2003 and primarily makes ornaments and Christmas decorations, which are sold all around Germany and Sweden. This project is operated by openly HIV positive people. Here they found support, understanding, and employment. The second income generating project is the Bag Making project, which sometimes manufactures large orders of bags for overseas companies. To give more people access to work and a small salary, a ceramics workshop opened recently where beautiful artwork is made. These 3 projects are constantly in danger of closing, as they are reliant on the sales of their goods. But when sales are up, they are able to provide much needed income for those who work there. A further step in the center's holistic approach was born out of necessity when sick and dying patients were dropped off at the center's gate. A small hospice was opened on the Ithemba Labantu property. But later, with funding from the Provincial Health Department, the makeshift hospice became a small-scale clinic with access to trained staff and to sorely needed antiretrovirals and other medications. Today, the clinic is a very different place. At first, the people came here to die. Now 99% of the patients who come here are discharged within 1 or 2 months thanks to the antiretroviral treatment. The clinic offers good nutrition and professional treatment for AIDS patients in stage 3 and 4 and an all-round holistic approach with psychological support and spiritual guidance. As part of the center's holistic approach to outreach, the next step was education. In accordance with the concept of the first missionaries, who always linked education with the teaching of the gospel, the center now boasts its very own preschool. The preschool's ethos is one of mutual understanding, with clear focus on life skills, personality development, and language skills. The school is not meant to remove children from their culture, but rather to help them understand and speak a language that will be most beneficial to them in a work environment. Most of these children have very difficult lives. They live in small shacks, which are almost always overcrowded with friends and relatives who move to the big city in search of work. They can be subjected to alcoholism, drug abuse, violence, and often sexual abuse. But here at Ithemba Labantu, they find unconditional love and acceptance and are thus prepared for a better future without hardships. The center was able to secure the donation of 10 computers and has employed a full-time computer tutor who teaches basic computer skills as well as the use of business programs, all of which are beneficial in the working world. The latest addition to the adult education lineup is the new Vocational Training Center. The Vocational Training Center was officially opened on February 3, 2009 by the Deputy Minister of Tourism and Environmental Affairs, Joyce Mabudafasi, in the presence of the German ambassador. This center was made possible with the generous donations of a number of German companies, and its running costs are sponsored by the Lions Club Oslo in Norway. Up to 20 apprentices at a time are taught by 2 trainers, 10 in motorcar mechanics and 10 as solar technicians. These apprentices have been previously unemployed, as they all come from very poor backgrounds. Ithemba Labantu is proud to be able to offer these young men and women the opportunity to learn a trade so that they will one day be able to earn a living for themselves and their families. The local company Green Ability offers their service in the solar training and will employ successful candidates after they have completed their course at the center. The center has also started up a number of youth projects. Siya Pambili, a youth group that meets regularly for church services, Bible studies and counseling. A drama group, a marimba band, and a soccer club containing 5 teams. In these forums, the youth are able to talk about their problems, get help with their schoolwork, and are kept occupied and out of mischief. The youth projects are run by German volunteers who are sent on an annual basis by the Berlin Missionary Society. There is also a gym facility housed in the new building. Since it began, the gym quickly developed a dedicated and ever-increasing following of young men and women. The self-discipline, routine and embracing of challenges that are inherent in the nature of gym activities have fared the young adults well, and they are fast becoming mentors in their community. Every now and then, friends from abroad lend us a helping hand and visit us in groups or individually, and very generously support our community center so that we can support the needy people in a more effective way. Ithemba Labantu is a church-based community center, but all people irrespective of creed and culture are welcomed here. Prayer and spirituality are simply part of the treatment. The staff and community that the center currently helps are of many different spiritual and religious beliefs. Although partially self-sufficient from income-generating initiatives, the Ithemba Labantu Center mainly operates on public or private donors and business funding. All in all, the Lutheran Community Center started with 1 full-time employee and in a few short years is now employing more than 50 people, all able to support themselves and their families back at home. With its holistic approach to nutrition, education, income generation and healthcare, the Ithemba Labantu Lutheran Community Center, like the first mission stations of the Berlin Missionary Society, is an oasis for the emotionally, spiritually and physically wanting individuals of Africa.